So what we're going to do in this session is really how do we program the robot? And what does it mean to program the robot, to make it do something? All right. So just as an example, if I have this robot, unless I put a program onto the program here, it's not going to move, okay? What we do with the programming is we say we want the motors to move. Okay, all right. So if you have a robot going forward here and these wheels are attached here to the motors, you can see the axle goes through there, all right? And then they'll go to the wheels and the wheels then will then turn. Okay, so the motor needs to be connected to the brain, all right? And then the program, which is running on the brain, will then send a signal along the wire to the motor, and the motor will then turn, all right? So if both these wheels are rotating, are turning in the same direction, the robot will then move forward, okay? If the robot's wheels are moving in the same speed, but they're moving the other way, they're turning the other way, your robot will move back because there's traction with the surface. Okay. If, however, you put this wheel off and you just put this wheel on and you turn this one turns, then the robot will naturally turn that way. All right. The same as if you put this motor off and you turn this one. If you turn this one, it's going to go that way. All right. And so what you are doing is you're programming the motors to rotate this way or rotate that way. We will later deal with gearing, which can make you change direction for your wheels. But for now, we're just rotating forward and rotating backwards. Okay. And then also what we have is, so sometimes we use the motors for attachments, and the attachments will then make a attachment move. But we'll do that when we come next, when M2. So it's not for this, but I just want to show you. So here's a motor, okay, and it's connected to this thing here. So this can be programmed. Remember, it's just still turning. You're turning this, and so you've got the ability or the functionality, because that's the function, to program an arm to come up and to go down. You've got the function of a robot arm to move this way and to move that way, to pick something up, to lift something. All right. So you are programming a robot to move an arm. That's what we're going to do on M2, but no, not now. All right. So let's jump in. I see my program has actually started. I'm going to share my screen now. New project. Let me quickly go here. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. I think in case, instead of just going on to a presentation, maybe I will introduce you to the fun part of programming, because this is free. You can download it and install it on your computer. So let me show you around EV3 Classroom robot, and we call it a canvas. And I've got here project 17. I'm doing a project, and this is to write a computer program. So now it's not connected to any brain, so that's why it's red. So it's not connected. If it's not connected, it's not going to download, but we will connect it eventually. I haven't got a EV3 on yet, but I'll put one on now. And these are the building blocks of what you use to program. Okay, as you go down here, you'll see there's all different colors and all different types of programming. Okay, but let's start at the top. So we want our robot to move forward. Okay, this is the start of your program. When the program starts, okay, all right. So when the program starts, we want the motors. We've got two motors. Okay, so we set motors B and C to move. Great. Okay, but that tells us nothing. So how fast do you think they're going to move? Well, they're going to have to move at 50% power, or if you are really brave, you'll make it 100% power, but that's not fast enough. Okay, and so we're going to make, okay, so now that says we're going to go 50% power, but we don't know where we don't know where we're going to. So let's maybe take this one and say we're going to go forward for one rotation. So that means the wheel is going to turn once for one rotation. Okay, so if we change this to 3 rotations, it's going to go further. Okay, so if it goes 17 centimeters in one rotation, it'll go 34 in 2 rotations, and 17 times 3 will give you 51. It'll go 51 centimeters in 3 rotations. Okay, that's it. So we set the motors. We say these are the two motors that are moving, going at 50% power, and we're going to move forward for 3 rotations. But in all programming, there needs to be, you've got to have it contained. So you've got to tell the robot at some time that your robot program is finished. And so on the control, right down the bottom, it says, you pick this icon which says stop and exit the program. Okay. The good thing now, it looks like a hamburger. So it's got the top of the hamburger and then the bottom of the hamburger. So you have to do hamburger programming. If it's one thing that you'll learn today is about hamburger programming, you've got to be nice and neat and complex. Okay, and compact. All right. So we're going to just park this here. And let me get my presentation. Oh my goodness, my presentation. So now we're going to do some programming. So whatever robot you've got, you can program it to do something. Okay, so just on the timeline, if you've got an NXT robot, you can still program it. If you've got an EV3 robot, you can use EV3 classroom software. And if you've got a Spike Prime brain, then you use the Spike Prime. These two are moving more towards Scratch, but you have to program it to make it work. Okay, so in this case here, if you have built a humanoid and you want it to move, you're going to move the legs. All right. If you've got this robot, which is like tank wheels, but it's got something in the head, so that has to be programmed to go forwards and backwards. On this robot, you've got an arm coming down that's got to be programmed to go up and down. So we have to make the robot move. Okay, so for those who maybe are not so new to this, this is what we used to use. And this is EV3 lab version. There's nothing wrong with it. You are welcome to use it. It's just that it has been retired, but that's still a very good learning environment. You are welcome to use the EV3 lab version. Okay, but if you've got an EV3 robot, you're also welcome to use the EV3 classroom. Okay, so you have exactly the same robot. Your programming just looks a little bit different. It's in the Scratch colors. Okay, all right. So and then if you use a Spike Prime robot, you use the Spike Prime programming language, which is a Scratch programming. Okay, so let's give some introduction to robots. Okay, so where can you find this? Again, this is back to M1 where we were. I said you can get the syllabus there. There's the syllabus. There are all the lesson plans, and there's the overview, and there's also the template for your portfolio that you need to submit. And then down the bottom there, there's programming there, okay? And so there's programming that you can then do, which is what we're discussing now. And there we go. All right. So if you go to your M1 document, and you look at Unit 2. So Unit 2 says, these are some questions that you can then introduce to your learners in the class to kind of discuss, okay? Because the idea of making the robot move is easier to understand or comprehend than saying we're going to program the robot. So as long as you say we're going to make the robot move or the robot function. Okay, so you have to name the directions in which a wheeled robot can move, all right? How does the robot move forward? How does the robot move back? How can it be programmed to turn left and right or right and left, okay? And then there's always a good question. So if you've got a program and you put little wheels on, it'll go 2 rotations. Say your little wheel is small and only goes 10 centimeters, all right? Then it won't go as far as if you have a big wheel on. 2 rotations of this wheel will definitely go further than 2 rotations of that wheel. Okay. Give me 1 minute quickly. Just want to. All right. Let's continue. All right. So if you're a robot, so that was the overview. It's kind of a general, and it gives you some good discussions. If you've got some cool questions to add, you're very welcome to add it. But you'll find this in your document, okay? In your overview document. All right. So then there's objectives. Well, we have to, by the end of this unit, we have to be able to move the robot forward. We have to move it back. We have to understand a weight because there's momentum. And then we have to be able to move and turn using move and steering. And so giving one wheel more power than the other one, And then, yeah, that's all part of the learning. Okay. So for the activities, we've given you code. We've given you example code. Okay. So here it says, but this one is C and D, moves 3 rotations with 50% power on B and 50% power on C, and then you stop moving. Okay. This one says we reset our motors, which is fine. Then we go forward with 50% power for 3 rotations. Okay. This one says we take C and D, we set the speed to 50% and set the D speed 50%, and then we move forward for 3 rotations. And then we stop moving. Okay. That's okay. Whatever you do, that's okay. But there's something missing. This is not finished. All right. You need to start well and end well. You need to do the hamburger. All right. You need to include the hamburger and the top and at the bottom. Otherwise, your robot thinks, because if you look over here, it's waiting for something. Okay. And it's going to wait and it's going to wait and it's going to wait and it's going to flash and it's going to flash. And it's not going to be able to do anything else because there is no more instruction. All right. You do need to add an instruction at the bottom to say end of the program. Okay. Okay. So I showed you now where you drag and drop. You can drag and drop. And if you want to get rid of it, you just flick it over. What I want to show you here is that I'd actually connected it to a brain over here. And so it tells you what is connected to what port. It tells you that here, oh, there we go. In A and D, there are wheels. And in port number 3, there is a touch sensor. There we go. Okay. Makes your life much easier. You don't have to keep referring back. Okay. So the wheel, so just as the robot here is now, that'll be forward. The traction is always at the front of the robot. So please make sure that your wheels are in the front because you need to grip onto the road to go forward. Okay. And just for EV3s, because you have big classes and I really get confused even now. So I always ask my learners, port B is on the left and port C is on the right. And so I can cross-check when I look at code and say, oh, it's not working. Then I can look quickly. Okay. So if B and C are moving forward, that's positive. So negative, then you'll say they must return. You must come back. If you go three rotations forward and you come 3 rotations backward, your third should be at exactly the same place. All right. So there's a whole lot of good programming. And it's not to say that all our learners will be programmers. But I do think it's important that they learn properly. Okay. So the one thing that I have a little bit of a bane is to reset the motors. And what happens there is that the gears inside your motors are kind of sometimes just, they don't quite finish. All right. And so you have little accumulated rotations that lead to inaccuracy. And we really want very reliable robots. Okay. So there is this is actually one thing. Okay. So you can, FLCast has got a thing how to reset your motors, but also you can code to reset motors with Spike Prime. You can just do a Google search on that. Okay. But one of the good things about programming, there must be a pause if you change direction. There must be a wait, at least a second. There must be a wait before you can go in another direction. Okay. Please, 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 and please again, save your programs as often as possible. And here I want to say that even in the class, save it and then test it, save it and test it. And even if you use multiple versions of the same program, at least you have a backup. I do think learners should take responsibility. So they need to keep backups themselves off-site, and they need to have a naming convention. So let me just have a look here. I didn't name it here. But what you do is you have, I usually have a date, so 2023-08-01, and then the name, and so that changes accordingly. Okay. And then comments. It's no worse than you look at a code and you think, oh, I actually don't know what I was writing there. You really do need to have comments in your code. Okay. Keep the comments. So just also on the EV3, you have a port view and it'll tell you what you have. So here you've got a media motor, Then you've got a large motor in B and large motor in C. You've got a touch sensor in port number 1. You've got a reflected light intensity in port number 3, and you've got ultrasonic in port number 4. Ultrasonic is always in port number 4. Okay, and then there are EV3 lessons, and there's a demonstration to follow. All right, so I'm just going to stop sharing quickly. All right, stop sharing. There we go. I'm going to ask, are there any questions? Are there any questions? Any questions? You need to give me 1 minute. I'm just going to quickly check. I think there's somebody at my gate, but I'm just going to give me 1 second, and you can think up some really cool questions. Okay. All right. I'll be back. Are there any questions? Any questions? Hello? Anybody want to ask something? Were you overwhelmed? Okay, no, that's no problem. What I'm going to suggest is that you all then download the software. You find it in EV3 Spike software. I see Anzani has joined us. Thanks, Anzani. You just need to, I need to open my gate quickly. There's somebody at my gate. Anzani, I need you to unmute and ask questions, and I will be back. Thanks, Anzani, for taking over. Are you unmuted? Anzani. She's not unmuting. Oh dear. Okay.
Can we just chat while you're gone?
Please do unmute yourself. I just need to collect something at the gate. 1 minute. Okay. Thanks, Angie. It's over to you.
Oh, yay! While I sit in my car, in the charger.
There we go. All right. It's over to you. I'll be back in a minute. Okay.
Cool. Tell me, I see Linda, you're on the group. How many teachers are from UNICA on the group today?
Hello, Angie. I think there's 4 currently. It's Paulette, myself, it's Carla, and Puseletso. Yes. So there's 4 of us today.
Awesome. Welcome, guys. What other schools are here today with us?
I'm from SK Musaneke Primary School in Lotus Gardens.
Awesome. That's fabulous. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Samgel Siwe from STEM Infinity Science Center.
Nice. Are there more of us here? Hello, you can unmute. There's no class on now, so we can chat.
And
good day, everyone.
Good day.
Hello.
Good day. Who's there?
Awesome.
Hi, Rico. How are you doing? Mukwibo? Hi.
Hi, how are you? I'm from Chipisi Primary School in
Okay.
Toyando. In Toyando.
In Toyando. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
I'm teaching robotic grade 7.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Is this in the Waterberg district?
No. It's
No.
Ramondo.
Oh, I don't know my
Wembe
Limpopo
district.
very, I don't know
Wembe
Limpopo
district.
very well.
Yeah.
Angie, it's Linda again. Sorry, I forgot to say the principal is with me in training.
Brilliant.
Hi, Angie.
Awesome. No, I'm very excited that you guys are with us.
You see,
you.
if
We
you get
enjoyed it.
support, if you get support from your principal, well done. Well done.
It's fantastic. We appreciate it.
Excellent. All right. So I'm now looking at everybody, and I'm hoping that you all have your programming installed on your computers. And you're going to start exploring the wonderful world of programming and building of robots. If you have a robotics kit with you, go and build a robot this evening and see whether you can get it to move, which is just amazing. And I want to actually really encourage you to explore programming. All right. It's not just that you either know the answer or don't know the answer. You really need to give your learners a chance to go and explore and go and see. And if it doesn't work, well, then you change it. This is a forgiving learning environment. So sometimes it works. Sometimes it can be improved, but it's never, ever wrong. Okay, just wrong. There's always that encouraging in this world of robotics. All right. Excellent. Anybody got anything else to contribute, to say how excited they are? Anybody actually using EB3s? If I can hear anybody using the EB3 already? Anybody building? No, not yet. Not yet. Nobody's not yet. I'm just wondering, can you all see the chat or not really? Nobody. All right.
No, the chat's not open, I don't think.
Yeah. Somewhere along the line, Microsoft changed their rules for these meetings, and we're trying to figure out an alternative, but I think we'll get there. All right. Mochwana. Hi, Mochwana. How are you doing? You have your hand up. You're welcome to unmute.
Sorry. Hi, Dr. Host. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself? Yes.
Hello?
I'm listening. I can hear you clearly. Yes.
Yes. Yes, I'm so excited. So this term, the past 2 terms, I haven't been able to do much with my robotics team from work.
Okay.
But this time around, I've come up with a plan, and we are actually starting tomorrow.
Okay.
With everything. But
awesome.
And this is my first time. This will be my first time teaching learners how to do robotics.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. All right.
So I just want to know, where does one really start? And with the kids at our school, I figured that we don't really have much kids, especially for senior phase.
Okay.
If we need more kids, how do we go around that?
Okay. How many learners do you have at the moment?
For instance, grades, for senior phase, grade 7, it's 12.
12 learners.
Yes, but all in all, we've got overall, we have 28 from grade 4 to grade 7.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you're going to start with robotics with these learners.
Yes, only the grade 7s are starting tomorrow. For grade 4 to 6, they.
Okay, we're just losing you. You're just breaking up there.
Which one is it? Oh my gosh, my network is so bad.
That's okay. All right. So I'm just going to share my screen again. I think for you, when you go with your learners, is really to do what we've done in class today. But you can't do building and programming. So you're really going to start on your on the syllabus. If you go and look on the syllabus document, there's an overview document. Download that overview document and do one unit at a time. There's a lot of learning in there. All right. But what your kind of advantage is, there's your overview document, and there's all your lesson plans, and there's all your documents you can use in your teaching for M1 Unit 1. And once they've built the robots enough, then you can, and you think they can understand that, then you go on to Unit 2, and Unit 2 is what we've just done now with the programming. Okay. And so you work through the lesson and the lesson plans.
Okay, Dr. Khoso, thank you so much.
But your overview document is your good start. Okay, excellent. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. Very exciting to start a whole new phase of the learners' lives, but wonderful. Keep up. And I'd love to hear about it tomorrow again. All right. Well done. Okay. Motswani, just tell me, which school are you at? Motswani, what school are you at? I think we've lost her now again. Aye. Okay. Talia. Hi, Talia. You want to unmute? Did I say it correctly? Talia, you have your hand up. You're welcome to unmute yourself. I hear you. No, that's off again. Talia? Yes, I can hear you. Talia? No. No. All right. I don't think we can hear Talia. She's no. Oh dear. All right. We definitely have to going to sort out something for tomorrow's session that we can actually use the chat then, because this is not okay. All right. Anybody else want to raise your hand and say something? Look, where you're again unmuted. You want to add something?
Hello.
Hi, yes.
My problem is that I don't have this robotic kit. Anyone can help me to find it. So tomorrow I'm going to tell my principal that I need the robotic kit. Okay. So I need you to help me to get this robotic kit. Where?
Okay. Are you teaching at the moment?
Yeah. Yes, I'm teaching grade 7.
Okay. All right. So as part of the training, I have kits that are available that you can use to kickstart robotics at your school.
Okay.
But if you can keep up with me, yes, that'll be fine.
Okay.
But does your school have a budget to teach robotics at the school?
Yes, because there are other teachers who is teaching grades 4, 5, 6, and me, I'm teaching grade 7. That's why I wanted to learn these robotic skills.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Do you have my email address, Moveo?
No.
Okay. You see, now we don't have it. I'm going to share with you.
Okay.
Over here. Let me see whether I can see whether my email address is somewhere here. Can you see my email address down here? Wait a minute.
See it.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to just share my screen quickly.
Okay.
There's my email address. Can you see it?
Let me check. Okay, very small.
I know. Hang on. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Is that better?
No. Increase the font. Again.
There.
Where is it now?
Yes?
I can't see it now. I can't see it.
You can't see it?
Yeah, yes. Okay, let me copy it.
Okay.
I see it.
Okay. Okay. You're welcome to send me an email and then we can see whether we can make a plan. All right. Very exciting.
Or after the session, you can send me
If you just send me an email, I'll send you all the details. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent. All
I've copied
right.
it.
Thank you. Excellent. All right. Okay, we have one solution. Talia, would you like, I see you're unmuted. Would you like to add? Hi. No. Oh dear. All right. All right. Let's try Thomas. Hi, Thomas.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
How are you doing? Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And you?
Good. Good. Yes. I'm always
Yeah, I just
inspired
want
when you
to. Yeah, because also I'm having a load shedding. I'm just praying that the network it will support me. I just want to find out more about the portfolio. Can you maybe just explain to me about the portfolio, and then how
Okay.
can you when and how do you submit it?
Okay, so you go on to, I'm going to share my screen again. I'm still sharing. Okay, so what you've got, let me just quickly go up here. Under syllabus, you download there on the top there, there is an M1 assessment template. Can you see that? There.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Are you not
I
seeing
don't
my
see.
screen?
No. It's only that I'm with you now. I'm seeing you.
Okay, so there's your overview document, which is all the content, and there's the M1 assessment template. So in that is a question for every unit of this MOOC. Okay, and you complete that, and when you finish that, then you say submit portfolio. Okay.
Okay, nice. Okay, it's okay. It's very easy. Okay.
Okay, thank you,
No,
Thomas.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, it's very easy. Wow. Okay, thanks.
You're very welcome. Okay. All right. Good to have you on board. All right. Okay, so I'm going to leave you now to go and download the software. Go and explore the programming paradigms. Go and see what this is all about. You'll see it looks very much like Scratch. And if you're teaching Scratch already in your classrooms, it should be quite easy to do.